Given that we're in the brand new 2012 year, are there any resolutions that you made or any that you have kept? So far this
You
year?
know what? Because usually I'm really bad at making resolutions, so this year I didn't really make one except be more busy in the studio. Cliche as it sounds, last year I wasn't as busy as I would have liked because I didn't kind of know how to manage my time. The gigging got in the way, and it was overwhelming at that point where I didn't know how to kind of schedule in studio time in between the gigs. So I wasn't as busy as I'd like. So this year, given that I have that experience behind me, definitely one of my goals for 2012, just be more busy in the studio. Obviously we mentioned the album, so that's kind of the priority right now, just making sure everything is on key, making sure that people are not going to be disappointed by it, definitely not going to sell out and just go for all complete vocal crap. There's going to be something for everyone. Yeah, so studio time.
When you're in the studio, is there anything in particular that truly inspires you? Is there something that you draw on, or is it just kind of one of those things that piques your interest and then you roll with it and then another thing?
You know what? This is probably a question that many people are asked. What inspires you in the studio? I'm willing to bet that 9 out of 10 people make up stuff. Oh yeah, I went down the street and I saw this beautiful tree and it is no. I'm telling you right now, and this is my view. 9 out of 10 people.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
It's purely trial and error. Like I know for me, for example, like I wish I could tell you a story behind the track and what inspired it, but honestly, I was sitting at my computer one day, I was playing notes, and I came across a couple that really stood out, and then I built upon that, and that's how the track was born. It was really just purely trial and error. Sometimes if you're playing with a synthesizer and you come across a sound, you're like, oh man, that sound is really good. And sometimes the sound itself inspires like a melody, which inspires the track. So, but yeah, I mean, 9 out of 10 times it really is trial and error.
Well, with all this time that you're spending in the studio, going on gigs, working in the video game sector, is there any time to get out and do something that you love? Is there anything besides the music, or is it strictly that?
Once in a while, I actually get to go out and catch a movie because, as I mentioned, I'm a big movie buff. Lately, that hasn't been happening, just not enough time. But yeah, I mean, the music takes up so much of my life and the traveling that sometimes just staying at home is all you need. Like let's say you've been out on tour for 2 weeks and you go from one hotel to another, from one club to another, from one airport to another. Sometimes all you want is literally just not to do anything. Like just be at home and do nothing. So there's definitely been moments where I felt like doing nothing and I felt great. Like this is exactly what I needed, just time for myself, just to peace out and kind of calm down and absorb everything that's happened and take a deep breath and just chill.
Excellent.
That's it.
Well, I can't say that that's any more than any of us can expect.
Yeah, I hope not.
Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I'm really excited to see what your first night in Seattle is going to be like.
You know what? You guys are champs. I'm glad you contacted me for this. Anytime you guys want to do something more, just holler back and we'll do it. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. And I'll see you in a bit at the show.
DJs?
Yes. Do it.
And check out Arnej.ca.
Arnej.ca, Facebook, Twitter, all the good stuff.